Hello students, I am Sanjay Misra, present here again with my fourth video on set theory. In this video, I will discuss power set, what is the meaning of this term power set and how it is calculated. Okay. Okay, so first I will write the definition, then I will explain what is the meaning of each term in that definition. The set of all subsets of a set is called power set of that set. Okay, I am reading it out. The set of all subsets of a set is called power set of that set. If A is a given set, its power set is represented by PA. Okay, and from the definition we find that power set is a set of sets. It is a set of sets. Now we'll go for one example. Let A is equal to alpha, beta, gamma. Then its power set will be written as a set. As you all know, the elements of a set are written within curly brackets. So in this curly bracket, we have to write all the subsets of this set. So first I will take 5 because empty set is subset of all sets. Then I will take singleton sets in which we have only one element. Beta, gamma, they are the 3 singleton sets. Then I will take pairs, elements in pairs, that means alpha, beta, then beta, gamma, and then alpha, gamma. So there are 3 sets with pair of elements, and then the set itself, that is alpha, beta, gamma, then curly bracket closed. So what we find that the number of subsets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the number of elements in A was were 3. So NA is 3. Then number of elements in power set of A is 2 cube, that is 8. The same we find here. Okay. So this is how the elements of power set are calculated by this method 2 power n that we have already discussed in the previous video. So we can say that if NA is equal to M, then number of elements in the power set of A is equal to 2 to the power n. Okay. Now the question is, what is the power set? Power set of phi. Okay, so let us discuss according to the previous pattern that phi contains no element, so number of elements in phi is 0. So number of its subsets is equal to 2 raised to the power 0, that is 1. Okay, that means power set of phi will contain one element. So we can say that power set of phi is this one. Okay, phi within curly bracket. So from here we can conclude this is the extreme set in which we have no element, but even then power set has one element. So we can conclude here that power set is a non-empty set. So this is again a very important conclusion. Now I go with this question in which you have to show that power set, again power set of phi is equal to 4. 4 stands for number of elements in this set complete. Okay, so let us see how can we get it. We start with the innermost bracket in which we have to write power set of phi. Okay, so we have just written it here. Then if I take power set of phi, again I want to this is again a set, so I want to calculate the power set of this set. Now this set has one element, so number of members in the power set of this set will be 2 to the power 1, that is 2. So how to write those two elements? First it will be phi, because phi is subset of all sets, and then this set as a whole. Okay. Similarly, if I add one more power set here, okay, so this is a set. This set will contain the subsets of this set. Now this has 2 elements, so number of subsets of power set of phi will be 4. And how to write those 4 elements? First it will be phi, because phi is subset of all sets. Then we have to write singleton set. So this is singleton set, because we have to write the element within curly bracket to make it a set. Then again this element again within curly bracket. Okay, and then the set as a whole. Okay, so this is the power set of this set. It has 4 elements, so number of this set is 4. So this is the result. So again it is based on the definition of power set, in which we have to use repeatedly the same concept. Okay, so the answer is 4. We have to add one curly bracket here, because these elements, this set we have to write again within the parenthesis curly bracket. So now it is a correct presentation. Number of elements is 4. Now we'll discuss again one result here, very important result, that for any two sets A and B, prove that power set of A is equal to power set of B implies A is equal to B. Okay? Means if power sets of two sets are equal, then the sets are also equal. This is the meaning. So let us first go for its proof. Then I will give you a very important conclusion after the proof. Okay. We have to show that set A is equal to set B under this condition. And we know that when two sets are equal, so each one is subset of the other. In other words, we have to prove these two relations, and based on them we can tell that A is equal to B. Okay, so how to prove this part? We'll take up any element of A, arbitrarily choose an element of A, and then we'll show that that element also belongs to B. Then since the elements have been the element has been chosen randomly, so whatever is true for that particular element, it is true for all the elements. So it will show that all the elements of A belongs to B. So let us take any element of A, small x. X belongs to A. Then X must be a member of at least one subset of A, because all the subsets of A contain the elements of A. So there is at least one set which is subset of A and contains X. So let that set be capital X, which is subset of A, such that X belongs to capital X. Okay. Now what is X? X is a subset of A. So X belongs to power set of A. Power set of A contains all the subsets of A, so X belongs to this. Now according to the given condition, capital X also belongs to capital B, power set of B, because PA is equal to PB. This is the given condition. X belongs to power set of B, that means X is subset of B. That is the meaning. So all the elements of X will belong to B, and since X belongs to X, so X, small x, belongs to B. It's clear? This is step. Okay. So this is one way. So what we see here, that we have chosen X as any arbitrary element where X is any arbitrarily chosen element. So whatever is true for this X, it is true for all the elements of A. So every element of A belongs to B. So this suggests that X, this suggests A is subset of B, because all the elements of A belong to B. Similarly, if we go in the reverse order by taking any one element of B and then following the pattern in reverse order, we can manage that B is also subset of A. Okay, just by taking, suppose I take small y belonging to B, then it will be member of the same pattern. Now let me prove that also. Conversely, let y be any element of B, the reverse order, where y is any arbitrarily chosen element of B. So we can say in the same way that y must belong to capital Y, where capital Y is subset of B. Okay. Now if y is subset of B, that means y belongs to power set of B. And since power set of A and power set of B are equal, so we can say that this belongs to A also. Capital Y belongs to A. That means y is subset of A. So all the elements of y will belong to A. So y belongs to A, and it has been taken any arbitrary element. So whatever is true for y, the same is true for each element of B. So we can say that B is also subset of A. So when we combine 1 and 2, so here is the final conclusion. From 1 and 2, A is equal to B. Okay. So this is also one way of proving two sets equal. If we manage to show that the power sets of two sets are equal, then sets are bound to be equal. Okay. Now, what is the conclusion here? Let us discuss equality of sets. First, the definition that if each element of one set belongs to the second set and each element of second set also belongs to the first set, then sets are equal. That is the definition. Second, we have seen that if A is subset of B and B is subset of A, then also A is equal to B. And now we have seen that if power set of A is equal to power set of B, then also A is equal to B. So we can prove two sets equal in these three methods. Okay. Well, students, this was about power set, and I have discussed each and every concept of related to power set. Now I will come with my another video on sets next time. Okay. Thank you very much.